G'day everyone. I decided to get my gun license, something I've always wanted to do. If you look at the background there, I've got a couple of rifles on the table. I'll show you those soon. When I went out hunting with my father, I used to use his 303. He had a enfield 1914 British 303. That's what they used in the First World War. It was made in 1907. That's when they also made the bayonets for them. New Zealand also used the same rifle in Australia, so it's got a lot of history there for those countries, and so that was another reason I thought I'd purchase one, was for the history content value of it. That's why I got the bayonet to go with it. I bought a sling. I thought it was an original sling to start with, but then I realised it's not. It's just a reproduction, but that's okay. It's made of the same material and it looks the part. And the first rifle I bought was a 1894 Marlin lever action 44 Magnum, and here's some photos of it in the shop when I got it, and these are a couple of pictures what I wanted to do to it, the original state, and with the shell or seashell power abalone shell. I thought it'll look nice if I put that in there, so that's what I did. And this is some photos of me in the process of carving it and getting it to where it is now. So I'll show you the rifle now, what I've done to it. Okay, here's the first one. That's the Marlin 1894 model. Now the white bit there is just wood filler. You can see the power here and up here where I've set into it, and also up the forestock. But also on the other side, if I go around, there we go, it's a bit better. You can see the power shell underneath there, and as we go back, also there. So that's one side. I'll just show you the other side. You can see the wood carving I did there. I did my initials and just the power, if you can see. Basically the opposite that was on the other side. There's the size of the shell. That's a 44 Magnum. So that's what it takes, that one. Now if we move over to the other rifle, that's the Enfield 303, and you can see the difference between the two if I put them side by side. There you go. So one's a lot bigger, more powerful than the other. That's the 303 there. Now these are dummy rounds. As you can see, there's a hole drilled in it, so those aren't live. This is a, it's got GRI 1950 number 1 Mark III. Yeah, it's a bit of, oh, that is oil or water. Oh, I did oil it up the other day. You can see on the wood, you got the number there of the serial number 10751, and you'll see up here 10751. It's also got that on the very end of the bull nose. If I can, just there, it's got the same number there, so it all matches. But unfortunately the bolt doesn't match. It's got a different number on it, but it seems to work very well with it anyway. Here is the rifle. The bolt action is really nice and smooth. Really lovely. Here's the magazine. It's reasonably good condition. It's not excellent, but it's, you know, it's okay. Does the job. And let's just have a look down the barrel lengthwise. And this one is made in India, this rifle. So you can see the end there is different than other bullnose number 1 Mark III. So it's, instead of rounded, it's got a sort of a slight angle just up over here. How that's angled in. I actually quite like that. It's quite firm and sturdy. And it's coming down this way. In the back. I don't have the cleaning gear in there. Unfortunately, it didn't come with it, but that opens up if I can get it open. It's really, really hard. There you go. And it just flips down. Okay, so that's basically it. I could put the stripper clip in. Let's have a look. Well, it's called a charger in the UK or British, call them chargers. Just push it down and it loads them into there. You take that out, and then to put one in, just do that, ready to fire. And you've got the safety on this side, just here. If you want to put that on safety, pull that back, and then you can't, it won't fire until you take it off. So do that, flip it forward, then if I pull the trigger it'll fire. Now another way was to pull that back halfway. You've got to round up in the breech. You can't pull that. The safety's not on, it's off, but it won't fire until you pull that back. Then that will fire. So I just take that round out. This is the Magnum, 44 Magnum. Just to show you it's not loaded. I've got a piece on the back here because I've got a scope that there makes it easier to put that forward or to cock it. It was actually the wrong size fit when I ordered it, so I fold it down a little bit and just put some Maridite glue to hold it in. It's not as if I'm going to take that off ever. Even if I took the scope off, that's just so much easier to cock. So I'll leave that on there. It's the other side. Underneath. Alright, so basically that's what I've been up to the last 3 or 4 months. A little bit of gun carving, and there's some bone carving here that I thought I'd do. I used to do that years ago. And the next rifle I get, probably I'm looking at maybe getting a 22 pump action. I'm going to do some more gun carving, and this time I'm going to carve some bone and set that into the wood. So I might actually video the process of doing that, because with the carvings I've done on this gun and the bone carvings I didn't video it, I just took some photos. Okay, let's have a look at the bayonet. I'll take that out for you. Now the actual sheath here is actually made out, you can bend it. It's made out of leather. And that's the bayonet here. And let's have a look. Which side is it? I think it's this side's got the, I don't know if you can see that or not. It says 1907 on there. It's got marks on the other side, which I don't know what they stand for. It's the release here that you push you put it on the rifle. So basically the bottom bit here, you line up first with that, you just give it a push down and it just locks on like that. It gives you quite a long reach. See the whole thing there? Okay, on that side you can see that release button, so you push that in, just like that, there you go. Charger clips. I've seen on YouTube where they say you're meant to stack them, like have one flat against the back and then one more towards you, one flat, one more towards you. And then I've seen another one where they actually stack them different, where you're meant to have them stacked one on top of each other. So that's just stacking one on top of the other. So the top one is hard up against it, next one is inside that, and the other one's inside that one, all the way down. The other method was, so the one on this side you'll see is hard up against the back here, the next one is more towards me, and the next one's hard up against the back again, next one's towards me, and the last one is hard up against the back again. Okay, they say that's the correct way of doing it. Like I said, I've tried both and they both work. I've tried them not even stacking them either way, just shoving them in, they still worked. So I don't know, but I guess if you're actually in war and you don't have them set the right way, I suppose eventually you might come unstuck. But just for someone like me who goes out just target shooting and you're not in a hurry to load them, they seem to load okay every time. So that's the charger clip. Here's something else that I did over the last 4 or 5 months. It was a painting of the Saviour. Used to have one, and on the wall a different one, and I ended up giving it away to someone who visited us. So I thought, I'll just paint my own. This is another one I did a while ago.